Good morning, everybody. This is Jashpal Kainth, uh, taking the topic today aspect. What is aspect in radar plotting? The radar plotting, the aspect of a target refers to the relative bearing of another vessel as seen from own vessel. Essentially, which side of the target you are seeing and how that view is changing over time. So, aspect is the angle between the fore and aft line of the target vessel and the reverse bearing of the target vessel from your own vessel. So, in the diagram you can see in the next slide, if this is your own vessel, this is the target and this is the fore and aft line of the target vessel and this is the reverse bearing from the target towards the own vessel. So, this angle is called the aspect. Increase or decrease of aspect in radar plotting. What is the meaning of increasing aspect? An increase of aspect means the relative bearing of the target is changing or moving away from the bow of your vessel. That means you are seeing more of the target's side over a period of time. What are the implications? The vessels are not on a steady collision course. The risk of collision is decreasing or reducing, usually indicates safe passing provided the change continues. Increase or decrease of aspect in radar plotting. We have discussed increasing the aspect. Now we will see what is the meaning of decreasing in aspect of a radar plotting means. A decrease of aspect means the relative bearing is moving towards the bow of your vessel. That means you are seeing less of the target side and more of the bow or astern. Now, these things have some implications, and on the basis of the implications, we have seen how we take the normally actions. So, what are the implications? So, this can indicate the vessel are closing on a dangerous situation if it is decreasing. If the bearing becomes constant, it suggests a risk of collision, especially if the target range is decreasing. And for that, you require to take close monitoring and also early action. So you have some kind of a, you can say, a thumb rule that if you see constant bearing plus decreasing range, that means there is a risk of collision. Now, aspect changing is how the navigator detects whether the bearing is constant or changing. That means how this appears on the radar. No change in aspect, that means the target stays on the same bearing line. If it is increasing, the target moves clockwise direction across your bearing, or if it is decreasing, the target moves towards your heading line. That means, example, if I take, you see a vessel at a 045 degree relative bearing from your vessel. That means if it moves to 060 degree, the aspect increasing, that means from 45 it is coming to 060, that means in that case it is safer. If it moves to 030, that means the aspect is decreasing, that means the danger is increasing. And why it matters? It matters because generally you are doing you are checking the aspect of a target. You're generally using it when in manual radar plotting. That means ARPA is there is ARPA interpretation and collision regulation decision making. This helps the officer on watch to determine when how to take avoiding action. That means essentially for rule number 7 where risk of collision under collision regulation exists. Any questions? Thank you gentlemen.